Well, best known for his role as the heroic Thorin Oakenshield in Peter Jackson's Hobbit trilogy, and for his dramatic arc as a serial killer in the popular television drama Hannibal, our next guest is currently starring as a CIA officer, Daniel Miller, in the hit series Berlin Station. Now, the hit Epix show is now headed to iTunes, and the lead actor himself, Richard Armitage, is here with the details. Good morning, Richard.
Hey Alex, how are you?
I'm great. It's a pleasure to have you on. And for folks who may not have caught Berlin Station yet, give us a little bit of a synopsis about it.
Basically, it's about the CIA station in Berlin. I play a character called Daniel Miller, who is sent in undercover to expose and shut down a whistleblower called Thomas Shaw, who is loosely based on Edward Snowden. And really, the 10 episodes track that progress and really help an audience to understand what happens to the CIA when it is under attack from within. So it's kind of relevant, I suppose.
It is, and it's fascinating stuff. I'm sure you yourself, having worked for the show, it must be an incredible experience. But this isn't really the first intelligence role that you've actually had as an actor, is it?
No, I worked on a series called Spooks, MI5, I think in the US, but that was about 6 or 7 years ago. So it was interesting to kind of come back to the same genre and be in a completely different world and a different environment whereby technology is really a not particularly reliable place anymore for operatives. That, they really have to fall back on traditional face-to-face communication because, hacking and the idea of a kind of unreliable place of technology has marked the difference between where we were 7 years ago. And I think as we go into season 2, it's going to become even more potent, I suppose. Right.
It's sort of a more romantic look at espionage. So what type of research did you really have to do to feel confident in this role?
Obviously, I'm coming at it from a European understanding what it's like to work as an American operative for the CIA. So that was something which I looked at. I studied a lot of work by Bob Bayer. He was one of our advisors. So yeah, the research was kind of extensive and interesting. And I also went to immediate news sources and watched quite a lot of documentary and read literature about Edward Snowden. So yeah, but my work for season 2 is definitely cut out, I would say.
Definitely, and you get to shoot in some really incredible locations. I heard that even a couple times you had to deal with some pretty extreme weather.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the most exciting parts of the show, is just living in Berlin and really understanding that city and shooting so many different parts of the architecture. I mean, Berlin has so much history to it, and it's a scarred city, really, and it became another character in the show because of those periods of time when it's seen extreme change. And so, and we were shooting through the winter, so it has a very kind of bleak, austere look to it. But I loved it. I really fell in love with the city for all its troubles.
Well, now even more people get to watch, the iTunes viewers now get to have the opportunity to watch this wonderful show. And I have to ask you, you've accomplished so much already as an actor. What is really next for you?
I'm actually currently working on Ocean's 8, which is a new kind of arena for me. It's obviously I love that franchise, and I'm playing somebody that has a much more kind of comedic center than I'm used to. And I'm going to be back on stage next year, possibly, which is going to be interesting.
That's exciting. It's always good to go back to those stage roots. It's got to feel good. So, yeah. Richard, thank you so much for your time this morning, and congratulations on all your success in the show.
Thanks very much, Alex. Nice to talk to you.
Hey, you as well. Now, Berlin Station is now available on iTunes, so make sure to check it out. And for more details, you can visit epix.com. Stay right where you are. We'll be right back.